Hi. In last video, we have seen how we can create the create task functionality. And in this video, we are going to see how we can fetch that data, whatever we have created in last video. I want to fetch that data and show in the home page. So 1 second, give me, for example, let me log in with the admin. So if you remember, we are able to create this task. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how we can fetch this data and show in the front end. Right now, we are seeing in the admin, but I want to develop functionality like how we can see these things in the front end in our home page. So if you come here and let me log in, then admin. So after logging, I want to show the list of the tasks, whatever we have created and whatever we have seen in the admin page, that all things I want to display here. So that things we are going to see in this particular video. So let's start. See, from here we can create the task, and after creating the task, I want to display that things here. So how we can do? Go to the VS Code, and then here, if you see here, this base page function I'm going to use for fetch all the data from the DB, and the same thing I want to display in the base.html page. See, if you want, you can create one separate function and you can use that one. But in my case, I have already one base page function, so I'm going to use that one. So let's see how you can do. So enter. Then I want to display the data to the user only if the user is authenticated. So what I can do, 1 second, let me show you. Come down, simply copy this line. If request.user is authenticated, at that time only I want to display the data. So for that only, come here, then enter, then paste. Then come one more time down, 1 second. Simply copy this one. And 1 second, don't forget to maintain the indentation. Paste here. And you must have to log in to see the data or task. Okay. Then here we have to write the logic. So for example, I'm taking one variable, task data. Task data equals to, then I have to mention the name of the model. So see, this is my model name, and make sure you have to import this model before going to use this one. So this is the syntax to import from, then dot means current directory, models. This is nothing but this a file name. If you see this name, models, import task detail, and this task detail is nothing but the model name. If you see here, see this one. So simply copy this one and paste here, and the same thing here also. And this is one variable I have taken. You can take any variable. Let me give proper, yeah. So task data equals to, or you can give, yeah. Then this is the model name dot objects dot all, because I want to fetch all the data. Because of that only I'm taking all. I don't want to filter based on any condition. Simply I want to fetch all the tasks whatever I have. So this is the syntax, task detail, which is nothing but the model name, then dot objects, then dot all. Then quickly copy this line, Control X, then come here, then paste here. Because I want to render to base.html page, but I don't want only, I don't want to only redirect to this page. I want to redirect or render to this page along with data. And what data? This one, task data. This task data is nothing but the one of the variable, and this one have all the records or tasks. So, and we have to pass this one in the dictionary format. So take one curly bracket. As we know, curly bracket is representing the dictionary. Then in the single quote, simply copy this one and paste here. Then colon, then again paste here. See, here you can give any name, but here you have to give the name whatever you have taken here. This is nothing but the key and this is nothing but the value. So key you can give anything, but the value should be same. Whatever you have taken here, the same thing you have to write here also. But in the case when you are going to send this data to the base.html page, so whatever things you have taken here, the same thing you have to write there. Then control as, one second, let me remove unwanted space. Then go to the base.html page, which is inside the templates. Then here you have to take double curly bracket, and here you have to paste that name, whatever you have taken there. That's it. Control S, then come here, let me run the server again. Then come here, then let me refresh this one. 1 second. Come here first, let me log out. Then admin, then password is also admin. But our data is not showing here. We have did one mistake. Here we are getting error like a function object has no attribute object. So basically this error we are getting when we are doing some conflict in naming. So what I have did, come here, I will show you a very silly mistake I have did. See, here I have taken the model name task detail. Okay. And if you come down and if you remember, here we have created one function with the same name, task detail. So just because of this naming conflict, I'm getting this error. So what you can do, see, the simplest things what you can do, you can change the name of the view, control S. Then come here in the urls.py file, and here also you have to change the name of that particular view as. That's it. Then come here, control S, and here I have did one more changes. You see here in the login view, after login, previously I was rendering to this page, but I don't want to render to this page. I want to redirect to this page. So keep in mind what is the difference between the render and redirect. If you want to send any data to particular page while directing to that page, at that time you have to go with the return render. But if you only want to redirect to any page, then directly go with the redirect. So keep in mind this very small difference. Then, so simply, previously it was like this. So let me remove this one. Yeah, control S, and here, as I told you what mistake I have did, I have taken the same name, because of that only I was getting that error. Control S, then come here, let me refresh. You have login successfully, but in the base page I'm not getting any data because I have removed that one, because I was thinking because of that only I'm getting errors. So let me write again. Come here, then go to the base.html page, then here take curly bracket, double curly bracket, and paste that key name. Then come here, let me refresh. So this is how our data is coming. But again, this is not a readable format, I know. So we have to make it in the readable format. So what we can do, let's see. Simply, you can use the bootstrap. Come here, then type get bootstrap. Then search for the table, because I want to show my data in the table format. come here, then select the table, what kind of table you want. So based on your requirement, you can choose anyone. So I think this one is good. So let me copy this one. Then come here. Then in the base.html page only, I want to display that things. So because of that only, in the base.html page, I'm going to modify it and come here. So this is going to be give the property for the however, but I need one table also, basic structure of the table. So I think this one is a good. So simply copy this one, come here, and let me paste here. Then let me remove the double whatever it's repeating. Okay, then come here. Then 1 second, where is the starting? Yeah, here. Let me remove this one. Okay, Control S. Then come here, let me refresh. Yeah. So this kind of data is, so table is coming. Now I have to display my data, not this by default one. So what I can do, come here, and first of all, here I have to give the name, whatever I want to, column name, whatever I want to display. So for example, first I want to display ID. So for that ID, Control S. Then let me check whatever the fields I have in my table. So I want to display the title with these things only now. No need to write different things. Then let me remove this one. Yeah. Then task created by I want to display. So come here, simply paste task created by, then task closed by. In the home page, I don't want to display the task closed by. I will tell you the reason why. Then simply copy the task created on, then paste here. Then again come here, then task due date, come here, paste here, and let me first copy this one, Control C, then Control B, Control V, Control V, Control V. Simply copy this one and paste here. Then come here, let's see what are the fields. Then task reward I want to display. So come here, then paste here, then task description I don't want to show, the task holder also I don't want to show, task status I want to show. Let me remove these things. And this one also. Control S. Then come here, then let me refresh. So ID, task title, task created by, task created on, task due date, task reward, task status. These are the fields I want to show. Then come here, 1 second. Simply copy this one, paste here, and this should be capital. This one is underscore. Give me 1 second, 1 second. Control S, come here, let me refresh. Yeah, task ID, task title, task created by, task created on, task due date, task reward, and task status. So these are the column name what I want to display in my base page. So the next things I want to display my data. I don't want to display this dummy thing. So what I can do, come here and here, remove these things. So here what I want to do, I want to take one for loop. So for that, take curly bracket, then percentage, double percentage, then for each element, So what element? So for each task data in. So if you remember in the views, this is the variable in which we are storing all the data. Come here. So for each task data in this task data, what I want to fetch one by one. We have to take one TD tag. Then here we have to take curly bracket, double curly bracket. Inside that we have to take this one dot field name, whatever you want. So I want ID. As I told you, each and every model have a by default field ID. So you have to simply type ID only. Then simply copy this one. And let me count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then we have to replace this ID with the particular column name. So what is the column name? For example, I don't know what is the column name. Simply come here and these are the column names. So for example, task title, come here. Then here simply paste task title as it is. No need to change anything. Then again, for example, task created by, come here, simply paste here. Then task created on, come here and paste here. Then again, come here, for example, task due date, come here. Then paste here. Then again, task reward. And last one, task status. So come here, then task status. Simply paste here. That's it. Control S. Then TR tag. TR tag is nothing but the table row. And TD is nothing but the table data. Control S. Then go to the browser. Let me refresh. Here we are getting one error. 1 second. Oh, we forgot to end the for loop. We have to close or end this for loop. So again, take curly bracket. Then inside double percentage, simply type END, then 4. That's it. Control S. If we refresh, yeah, see, data is coming. 1, 2, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is our ID. And if you remember, these are the things, whatever we have created in the last video. Let's create one more and see whether it's displaying or not. So simply click on create task. Then here, for example, give the name testing 001. Then task due date, for example, I'm giving May. Then task reward, for example, I'm giving 6. Then this one, for example, I'm giving some random things. Then click on submit. Task created successfully. And if you see testing 001 and created by admin, then it's showing date like created on, and it's showing task due date, then task reward, then task open. So this is how we can fetch the data from the database and display in the browser, or we can say display in the HTML page. So basically what we have did, if you come here, simply in the views.py file. Let me remove this one because I have did this one just because of testing purpose. Yeah. So I have written one like if the request.user is authenticated, and I have taken one variable and from the models.objects.all, and keep in mind the whatever model name is there, this should be not duplicate. Like what I have did during this video, I have what mistake I have did. I have taken the same model name and the name same for the view also. Because of that only I was getting error. So keep in mind the name should be unique. So from the model object get all, then all the things I'm sending in the base.html page. And if it is a not authenticated user, then it will show like you must have login to see the task and redirect to the login page. And in the login page also I have did one changes. I have added this line. I have removed the previous line and I have added this line, which is return redirect to the base page. Then in the base.html page, I have simply copy pasted this table from the Bootstrap, and that's it. And I have taken one for loop, like for each element in these particular things I am fetching and displaying to the browser. See, and here one more thing I want to show you. 1 second. From here I want one view functionality. So what I want basically, 1 second, td, then anchor tag, then here for example view, control S will show you. Let me refresh. See, and for this also I want this one column, so simply copy this one and paste here. And for this I want to give the name, for example, action. Control S, coming here, let me refresh. Yeah, so in the next video we will see, after clicking on the view, it should redirect to another page, and there we are able to perform different operation like edit, delete, and accept functionality and go back functionality after clicking this view. Right now this is not working. So thank you so much for watching this video, and please like and subscribe my channel. Bye. So let's do it, but before going to do that one, first I want to change this action. Here I want to add some beautiful button. So how we can add? See, for example, I don't know the classes for the button. So what I can do, I can simply go to the Bootstrap and I can search for the button. Simply search button. Then come here. Then from here you can select based on your requirement. For example, I like this green one. So what I can do, I can select this particular class. Simply copy this class, copy this one, and come here in the VS Code, and this is my view button. So here I can add that one. So let's add. Control S, then come here. Let me refresh. See. So now I have added that button. So based on your requirement, whatever GUI part you need, you can come to the Bootstrap and you can select from here and you can add there. So the next, as I told you, after clicking on this button, I want to redirect to another page, and there I want to display the complete information of this particular task. See, right now here we are not displaying the complete information. We are displaying only the selected few of the selected columns, like title, created by, created on, task due date, task reward, task status. But there are many more fields, and this is one example how you can build the things. So don't think like I'm not doing that much configuration. So I'm showing some sample. So based on this, you can do as per your requirement. So as I told you, task description is not here, and for example, after clicking on view, it should redirect to another page, and after redirecting to the another page, I want to show the complete information of the task, as well as I want to perform some additional activity, like I want to give the option for update, to delete, to accept the task, to go back again. This kind of functionality I want to give. So let's see how we can do. Go to the VS Code, and here, after clicking on this view button, I want to redirect to another page, and I want to display the particular record. I don't want to record entire task detail. Come here, let me tell you what I'm trying to say. For example, when I'm clicking on this view, I want to redirect to another page, and on that page, I want to display only the complete information of this particular task. For example, if I'm clicking on this view, so I want to display only the related information which is related to this task only. So it means we have to fetch the record based on some primary key. And as I told you in the Django, each and every column have a inbuilt column which is ID. And ID is nothing but the primary key only. So we can use that ID as per our reference. So what I want, come here, take curly bracket, take double percentage. Then here I'm going to use the template URL. So for that URL, then here I have to specify the URL. So right now I have not created the URL for this functionality. So time being, let it be as it is. Let me remove these things. Or let it be as it is. When we will create the URL, then we will link that URL here. So go to the views.py file and come here. At last, first let me add comment. For example, task detail, or not task detail, it should be like task record or info, task information. Then come down. Then let me take one def, which is a keyword to define a function. Then we have to give the name. For example, the same I want to give task info. Task info. Then keep in mind, I want to fetch the task record based on ID. I don't want to fetch blindly all the data. No, I want to fetch based on some ID. So first here I'm going to pass the default parameter, which is request, comma. As I told you, I want to fetch based on ID. So for example, primary key, I'm taking one variable. You can give any variable as per your requirement. It is not a compulsory you have to give the PK only, but it is recommended to use the PK only, which is representing the primary key. Then, as usual, I'm going to check if the user is authenticated, that condition. So simply copy this one, then come here, then paste. After that, simply copy this one and come down, paste. If and else is the common for all the function, because each and every things I want to give the access only if the user is authenticated. So because of that only, I'm simply copying these two lines. After that, I want to fetch the data from the database or from the model. So if you see here only, we have did the same thing. If the request.method, not here, one second, I will show you. One second, yeah, here only you can see we have did. If the request.user is authenticated, then we have taken one variable, and then what we have did from model, this is nothing but the model objects.all. It means we are fetching all the data. But right now, I want to create a function in which I don't want to fetch all the data. I want to fetch the data based on the ID. So what we can do, come here, take one variable, one second, and don't forget to maintain the indentation, otherwise you will get error. So take one variable. For example, I'm taking task infos equals to, you see, you can give any variable as per your requirement. And so I have taken task info. Then what you can do, then you have to write the model name. So what is the model name? So come here. If you go to models.py, this is our model. Simply copy this one, then come here, then paste here. From model dot objects dot, see, when I want all the data, I'm simply writing all. But as I told you, I don't want all the data. I want the data based on the ID. So get, I want to get, and what I want to get by ID. And what field I'm passing? So I'm passing PK. Okay. So this is the syntax how you can fetch the data based on the ID. So from task detail, which is nothing but my model name, I want to get the data whose ID is equal to this PK. And don't worry about this PK, like from where this PK is coming. I will tell you this PK we are going to pass from the URL, and that value will come here when we are clicking on the URL. Then that URL comes along with this PK value, and this PK value comes here, and then it will here, and based on that it will fetch the data. That's it, nothing else. So what we have did, task infos, then task detail dot object dot get ID by ID. So we got that particular record, and we have that record in this variable. So once we got the data in one of the variables, so the next step, I want to render this data to the another HTML page. So for that, I have to create one HTML page there where I can render this particular data. So come down 1 second. So what is the syntax? So for syntax is return. And as I told you, if I want to render or if I want to send any data to another HTML page from the view, so we have to use the render. And if you only want to redirect to another page without sending any data, at that time we have to use the redirect. So as we know in this particular example, I'm going to send the data which is task infos. So for that, I'm going to use the render. Then I have to pass the default parameter which is request. Comma, then I have to specify the page name where I want to send the data. So as I told you, I have to create one HTML page. So right now I don't have that HTML page, but still I'm giving name, for example, task information .html. And what kind of data I want to send to this particular page? So I want to send this task infos data. And keep in mind, if we are sending anything to any other page, we have to send in the dictionary format. So take one dictionary, which is we are representing with the help of the curly bracket. Then in the single quote, take the key. For key, you can give any name, but I'm giving the same name whatever I have taken for this variable. And for I have to give the value. Keep in mind, I'm repeating again and again in each and every example. This key, you can give any name, but this value should be the same whatever you have given here only. So this is the syntax how you can send any data from views to HTML page. Control S. Then we have to create one HTML page, and the name of the HTML page should be task information. This is looking too big. So let me remove and keep task info only. Control S. Then simply copy this one because we have to create the one HTML file with the same name. Control S. Then come here in the templates, right click, then new file, then paste. Enter. So we have created task info one HTML page. And as we know, if we are creating any HTML page, we have to inherit the base page. So come to here and copy any page, because all the HTML page is by default. Because all the HTML page we are going to inherit with the base page only. So simply copy this page, then come here and paste here and remove the unwanted things. For example, I don't want this thing, so let me remove. And from the login page, it should be task info page, or we can say task detail. Whatever is the suitable, we can use. So for example, task details. Oh, sorry, it's a tag. Let me remove this text. Yeah, Control S. See, we have created view. We have created HTML page. Next, we have to create the URL. So come here in the urls.py file, simply copy this one, or let me copy this one because this is more similar to my requirement. Simply copy this one then come here, then paste. Then let me add it as per my requirement. For example, in place of update profile, I want task info. Task info. Then here, let it be as it is, int primary key. This pk is nothing but whatever variable we have taken here. Keep in mind, if here we are taking the x, then we have to take the x here. So whatever things we are using here, the same thing we have to use here. So don't be confused. And the same thing we have to pass here. Okay. Then come here. Then we have to give the view name. So you come here, simply copy this view name. Copy this one, then come here, simply paste here. And then we have to give the URL name. Let me remove this one. And for example, URL name, I want to give the same only, task info. Simply copy this one and paste here. So we have created URL also. So the next things, we have to link this URL with the HTML page, and which HTML page and which button. So if you come here, I will show you. We have to link that URL with this view functionality. Like when we are going to click on this view, it should redirect to that particular page. Right now, I have not added, because of that only I'm getting error. So come here, go to the HTML page, which is a base.html page, and here we have to link that one. So here we have to write in single quote, we have to write our URL name. So what is our URL name? If you come here in the urls.py file, this is the name of our URL. So come here, then go to the base.html page, then paste here. Then, as we know, we are not simply linking the URL. Along with the URL, we are passing the ID also. And that ID we are going to be captured here. If you see here, this one. So we have to pass the value for this one also. So go to the base.html page, then what ID I want. So I want this ID. Simply copy this one and paste here, Control S. So let's check whether it's working or not. But before going to check, let me reconfirm whether I have did all the things correct or not. I have added the link. I have given the ID. I have created the views. I have created the URLs. There is a lots of things is pending. But first let me check whether it's working or not. So come here. Let me refresh. Then let me click here. 1 second, str object has no attribute meta. Okay, we have did one mistake. 1 second. Go to the views.py file. Here I have did one mistake. This request should be without code. So Control S, then come here. Let me refresh. Yeah. See, I'm showing again. When I'm clicking on here, it's showing task detail. Why it's not showing the data? Because if you see here in the task info page, we have not written anything. We have simply written this task detail. Because of that only, it's showing only task detail. If we write here only the details, 1 second, let me come and let me refresh. See, details. It means we have successfully linked our HTML page with this URL, and if you want to see, you can see the ID showing here. Let me show you again. See, ID is 1. So because of that only it was showing ID. For example, 12 is there. If I'm clicking here, see, 12 is showing here. It means we have did whatever we have did. It's a correct only. So the next things, I want to display the information. But as I told you, if you want to do any HTML things, content related things, always it's good things to refer the Bootstrap. So come here and based on your requirement, select the GUI part. For example, I want to select, 1 second. Let me check which one is the good. So I will select that one. I think this one is suitable for my requirement. So I'm going to use this one. Simply copy this one and come here in here and let me paste here. Control S. Then come here. Then let me refresh. Yeah. So now I'm going to modify this one as per my requirement. So come here. So in place of features, I want this one. Simply copy this one and paste here, and here give task details control as. Then come here, let me refresh. Yeah, now it's looking good, but it's looking too big. First of all, let me remove this one, and this should be, for example, I want to give 3 because one is very big. Control S. Yeah, now it's looking good, but let me little bit small. And here, let me refresh. Yeah, and here I want to add space. So what I can do to add the space, simply come here, give BR tag. Control S. Yeah, 1 second. Not here, I want here. Yeah, now it's looking good. So task details, then here I want to display my things like task ID, task created by, task created on, all the fields I want to show here. So come here, and if you go to the base.html page, you can see these are the fields we have. So simply copy these things and come here in the task info. And one more thing, first let me check here. Yeah, so I want to show all the things in the special title format. So what I can do, come here, let me check. Yeah, this one. So first let me paste whatever I have copied there. Then simply copy, or 1 second. I don't want these things. So what I can do, let me remove these things. Control S, then let me refresh. Yeah, now it's good. Then let me remove this one. And I want strong tag. Strong tag is basically used to display the things in the board. So for example, first I want to show the 1 second. 1 second, come here. I want these things. Come here, copy, then come here, then paste here. Yeah, then simply copy this one and paste here. Then we have to paste these things. Copy this one and paste here. And I want all the in the one by one in the different line. So because of that only I'm taking BR tag. 1 second. Control S. Same thing we have to do. We have to do for the all the things. Simply copy this one and let me paste. And we have to change one by one. So for example, task title, then come here, task created by, then task created on, after that task created, task due date, then task reward. Actually, I want to display all the things almost. Then task status, then come here. Then I want to display the task description also. So let me check 1 second model. I have a task description, then task. Okay. So task description also. Simply copy this one and task info, come here and paste here. Let me remove this one. Yeah. So let me remove these things. Yeah. And we have to paste this one also one by one. So task title in front of task title. Then task created by. Task created by. Come here. Task created by here. Then task created on. Then task reward. Sorry, we have did one mistake. This is task due date. So simply copy this one, task due date, and task due date should be here, and here should be task created on this one, task created on. Copy this one and paste here. Then what we have, task reward. Let me copy the task status. So task status will be here. Then task reward is pending. Anything else? Task title is done. Task ID. Okay, that one also done. Yeah, let me remove these things. We not required these things. What is the pending? Task reward is pending. So simply come here. Task reward. Simply copy this one and paste here. And task description also we need. So come here in the models.py file, and this is the, come here. Control S. So I think almost done. Let me check ID, title, created by, created on, due date, reward, status, description. Anything else? Let me check which is pending. No. See, this closed by and holder. These things I am not displaying there. I will display there after some time, like when the task status change. So at that time I will display. See, right now task in the open status, and when the task is the open status, it means the task closed by, and the task closed on data is not there. So it will show the blank only. So no use of displaying that one. So Control S. Let me come here. Let me refresh. Come here. Let me refresh. Yeah. And this goes somewhere. I want to change this one. So let me come here and simply copy this one. Control X and paste here. Control X. Come here. Refresh. Yeah. Now it's looking good. And in place of go somewhere, I want go back. So come here and here. Go back. Okay. Then come here again in the VS Code. But our data is not coming here. I have did one little bit mistake. So sorry for that. I will tell you what mistake I have did. If you see here in the views.py file, we have stored the data in the task info, and we are sending the data in the same task info only. But in the task info.html page, in place of task info, I have written the task data. So because of that only, this mistake is happening. So what you can do Control H. So, and here paste whatever you have copied, then simply copy this one. Copy this one and paste here. So I want to replace the task data dot with the task infos dot. Replace all. Done. Okay. Control S. Then come here. Let me refresh. See, data is coming, but it is not coming in good format. So what we can do, 1 second, we can change the property. For example, I don't want center alignment. Remove this one. Control S. Then come here. Let me refresh. Yeah, now it's looking good. But here still we have, it's not looking that much good. So what we can do, come here and you can add colon like this. So it will look more good. Do the same thing for all. Sorry for that, it's a time consuming, but if you want to look good, if you want to represent good GUI, then you have to do the these things. Then come here. Let me refresh. Yeah, now it's looking good. So task ID, task title, task created by, task created on, task due date, task reward, task status, and the task description, all things is showing. Then come here. For example, I want to check for this one, 10th task ID 10. Click here. After clicking, see task ID 10, then all the related detail is showing here. Then after clicking on go back, I want this should be redirect to the home page, because right now if I want to come back, I have to click here. Let me show you. Click on view. Then when I'm clicking on go back, it's not working. But if I want to go back to home page, I have to click here. So what I have to do, come here, and here we have to take one curly bracket. Then inside the curly bracket, we have to take double percentage, then URL. Then in single quote, we have to define the name of the URL where you want to redirect after clicking on that. So as I told you, I want to redirect to the home page. And in my case, I'm using the base page as the home page only. So simply copy this name and come here and paste here, Control S. Then come here, let me refresh, then let me click, then go back. Okay. So this is how the things is working. So I hope you guys are getting more clear idea how we are sending the data from views to HTML page, how we are fetching the data from the database, how we are redirecting from one page to another page. So this is how the things is working. But as I told you, I want to add more functionality like update, delete, and accept functionality. So in the next video, we will see how we can update. Then after that, we will see how we can delete. And at last, we will see how we can accept any things. So the next things, I want to add the update functionality. But before going to add the update functionality, let me tell you, if you remember, in the beginning of this project only, we have already performed one update operation. If you see, let me open, come here, then in views.py file, come here. We have already performed the operation for the update profile. Same operation we have to perform for the task also. So in place of update profile, it's simply update task. That's it, nothing else. So what you can do two things. First, you can write entire code again, and then you can get desired output, or simply what you can do. See, we have already performed one update functionality. Again, we want update functionality. So simply copy this entire things and come down. Those who are following my playlist, they will get more clear idea, because when I have written this update functionality, I have explained one by one things like what is the meaning of each and every line. So in place of update profile, I want update task. And here also update task. Let me check anything others. Update. Yeah, here task updated. Task updated successfully. And you must have to log in to update the task. Okay. Then here we have to do little bit changes. For example, here we are using the update profile.html page. So for this one, we have to use different HTML page. So let me remove this one. And here, for example, I want task, update task.html page. Here we are using the user profile form. And in this particular case, I'm going to use the task detail form. If you remember, in the forms.py file, we have created task detail form. And whatever fields is mentioned here, like task title, task due date, task reward, task description, these things I want to allow to user change. So I'm going to use the same form. See, basically this task details form previously we are using to take the input from the user. But again, the same form I am going to use to give the user to option to modify the task. So keep in mind that one single form we are using for the two purpose. So come here. So simply copy this name. Copy this name. Then here we have to use here. Remaining thing as it is. Then here also we have to change. So user profile and profile data. So here I want task data. I'm only changing the name. Task data, and then in place of user profile model, I want task model. So come here. This is the model name. Simply copy this one and come here and paste here. That's it. Then let me check in all the things. Okay. Then form task. Okay. This thing same only. Then after updating the task, I want to redirect to the base page. So for that, base, whatever name we have given here in the URL, this one as it is, we have to give here. That's it. Done. And we are using the task detail form. So make sure we have to import this one. So come here at top, task detail form. It is already imported, so no need to import again. Okay. Then I think all thing is good only. Yeah. Control S. Then go to the urls.py file. See, I have not written this function from the scratch because I have already used for the update profile. So same I have copy pasted and I have modified. So what I have modified, the model name, then form name. That's it. And this is the message. That's it. Then go to the URLs, and here also we have for the update profile. So simply copy this one. Then come down and paste here. Then in place of update profile, this should be update task. And here also same thing. Let me copy these things and paste here. Then we have to update the view name also. Simply come here. This is our view name. Simply copy this one. Then come here. Then paste here. Remaining thing as it is. No need to do any changes. That's it. Control S. Then go to the task info form. See, I will show you in the browser so you will get more idea. Right now we have only option for go back. See, only go back. So come here and simply copy this one and paste, then Control S, and come here. Let me refresh. See, we have one more. Go back. So again come here and give the name update. Update. Control S. And I don't want to, like, for example, I don't want to use the same color, so I can change the color. So if you remember, we have taken the green color for the update. So let's, for the view, if you see here, see, we have a green color for the view and we have a blue color for the go back. So let me take something else. So go to the Bootstrap and search for the button groups. Then let me take something else. For example, this one, this color, warning color. So simply copy this class, then come here, then paste here, Control S, and let me remove this one because here I want different URL. So which URL I want? So if you come here in the urls.py file, this is our URL name. So I want this URL. Simply copy this one, then come here and paste here. But if you remember here, one second, in the urls.py file, we are not only passing the URL pattern. Along with that, we are passing the this one primary key also. So I hope you remember very well how we are passing the primary key. So because in the this one only task info only we have did the same thing. So come here in the task info. Here I need to pass the ID also. So simply copy this one, task info ID. Copy this one and paste here. Control S. Then come here. Let me refresh this one. Okay, go back is working. Then come here. Update. Okay. Name profile data is not defined. Line number 143. We have did one mistake. Actually, when we are doing the copy paste, so sometime we forgot. Okay. So in place of profile data, I want task data. Simply copy this one and paste here. Okay. Then come here. Let me refresh. Yeah. Now update task.html does not exist. Correct only because we have not created the HTML page. So simply copy this name. Copy this name. Then come here in the VS Code. Then go to the templates. Then right click. Then new files. Then paste this one. And as I'm saying every time, we have to inherit the base HTML. Simply copy any page. Then go to update task. Then paste here. Then let me remove the unwanted things. And here we can give any heading like update page. Update page, Control S. Then I want this form because I want to render my form. Which form I want to render? Let me show you. Come here in the views.py file. This is the form. All the things I have stored in the form and I want to render this form in the update task.html page. So same thing. Here I have written the form and luck by chance here also I have written the form. So no need to change anything. But here we have to do little bit modification. For example, in place of login, I want submit. Submit. And I don't want this forget functionality. So let me remove this one. Then Control S. And these things are the same. Control S. Then come here. Let me refresh. Okay. So task title, then task due date, task reward, task description, and these things is showing. But it is not coming in the proper format. So what we can do, 1 second, as a P. It means I want to render this form as a paragraph. Then come here, let me refresh. Yeah, now it's looking good. So if you want to see for the task ID 1, we have a add function task title. So for example, click here and update. I want to change only add, then submit. Task updated successfully, and here you can see it's showing only add. For example, for task 2 it's showing testing. So come here, then click on update and give development. Then save. Task updated successfully and it's showing development. So our update functionality is working fine. We are able to go back, we are able to view, we are able to update. So the next things, I want to add the functionality to delete the record. For example, you have created one task and now you want to delete that task. You don't want that task. So how you can do? So here only I'm going to add the delete button. So let's see how we can do. So first of all, go to the VS Code and in this one task info, simply copy this one, then enter. Come here, let me enter, then paste, and in place of update, I want delete. And I don't want this URL because I'm going to use the delete URL for this one. So let me remove this thing, or let it be as it is. We will modify it as it. Then come here, then let me refresh. See, delete is showing, but for update we are using this color, and for delete we have to use different color. So come here and let me use this one. So simply copy this class and come here, and 1 second, simply using the bootstrap. So you can also do the same thing, no need to buy hard the things. Come here, then let me refresh. Yeah, so for delete I'm using the red. Now after clicking on delete, the record should be deleted from here. So let's see how we can do. Open the VS Code, then see, for to perform the delete operation, we not require any form, because we are not going to take any input, or we are not going to provide any functionality to update that input. We simply want to delete. So delete operation is a very easy as compared to the other operation. So what you can go do, simply go to the views.py file, then simply copy this one. I'm going to use this one only, and I will modify this one as per my requirement. So in place of for update, I want delete. Delete task, and here also I want delete task. Delete task. And see, to update task we require primary key, because it is highly, because it's compulsory, you have to know before updating the record which record you want to update. Same thing, if you want to delete, you have to know which record you want to delete. So for that, PK is required. Then again, if the request.user is authenticated, because again I want to give the access to the user which is login. So same thing, request.user if authenticated. Then again, from task data I have taken one variable, then task detail is the model name. From object get ID, these things I'm doing. I don't require these things. On to fetch the particular record, and after that I don't want these things also. So let me remove, because as I told you, I'm not going to use any form. Simply what I can do, simply copy this one, enter, paste, dot delete. With the help of this delete method, we can delete the record, whatever we have in that particular variable. See, dot save is used to save, dot delete is used to delete. That's it. After that, 1 second, let me do the correct indentation. After deleting the record, I want to display the message task deleted. Deleted successfully. And I want to redirect to the base page. And if you are not logged, so you must have to log in to delete task. Let me remove unwanted space, Control S. See, that's it. What we have did, we have simply copied this one and we have modified. See, this line is the same only as it is. And as I told you, to delete the any record, we not required any form. So because of that only, we have removed this line from here. And what we have did, so with the help of the primary key, I have fetched that particular record which is I want to delete. Then with the help of delete method, simply deleted. And after deleting, I want to display the message like task deleted successfully. And after that, I want to redirect to the base page. That's it. Control S. Then we have to create one URL. Go to the urls.py files. And here what we can do, simply copy this one, because it's almost similar to update function. So simply copy this one. Then in place of update, I want delete. Delete task, simply copy this one. 1 second. Simply copy this one and paste here. Control S. Then we have to give the views name. Simply copy this one and come to urls.py file and update here. That's it. Nothing else. Again, we have to pass this URL. So from where we have to pass? So go to the task info, because here only now, because this task info page only we are referring for this page. Okay. See, you can see here task info. So from task info, when I'm going to click on delete, so I want to pass this ID, because based on ID only I want to delete. So come, and here we have to give the name of the our URL. So what URL we have created? So come here. This is our URL we have created. Simply copy this one, then come here, then paste here, and this will be the same as it is, because this one only we are passing task info as ID. Control S. Then come here, go to the home page. Then for example, I want to delete this task ID first. Then click on view. Then click on delete. Task deleted successfully. And you can see the ID first is not showing. For example, I want to delete this 14. Click here. Then delete. Task deleted successfully. See, it's not showing here. So what we have did up to this point, I'm going to summarize. First, we have fetched all the data related to the task, whatever we have created the task, that things first we have displayed here. After that, we have given this view functionality. When I'm going to click on this view functionality, I have a 3 option: go back, update, and delete. With the help of the go back, I can redirect to the home page again. And with the help of the update, I can update the records. And with the help of this one, delete, I can delete the record. So thank you so much for watching this video, and please like and subscribe my channel. Bye. Hi. In last video we have seen how we can add the go back, update, and delete functionality. In this video, we are going to see how we can add the accept functionality, like how we can accept this task, then how we can display this task in the my bucket, then how we can remove the task from that my bucket. This all functionality we are going to see in this particular video. So let's start. Go to the VS Code, and first of all go to the task info.html page. So if you see here, we have a 3 URL for go back, update, and delete functionality. So simply copy this one and paste here, and I want to use this one for the accept functionality. Let me change here. Accept functionality. Control S, then come here, let me refresh. Yeah, it's showing here. Then again, as usual, I want to use some different color. So go to the bootstrap, then in a button group, check for the other color. Let me check 1 second. Yeah, here in buttons we have a different color option. So for example, for the accept, I want this success one, or not success one. Let's use some different color because we have already used this green one. So for example, I want this info. So come here, simply copy this class. Once again, copy this one, then go to the VS Code and here replace it. Control S, then come here in the browser. Let me refresh. Yeah, so we have accept functionality with the different color. So this is how we can add the button, but it is not a functional because you can see we have not created any URL for this accept functionality and we have not written any view. So let me remove this one, or let it be as it is. Like once we will create the URL for the accept functionality, I will add here that URL name. So first let's create the view. Go to the views.py file here and come down. Yeah, so here first we have to write the logic for accept the any task. So simply copy this one and paste here, and let me modify it as per my requirement. So in place of delete, it should be accept. Then here also we need to change the name. Then as usual, like default parameter request and the primary key. Here also I'm using the primary key because see, if you want to accept any record, so based on ID only you have to accept. You are not going to accept all the tasks, correct? So because of that only I'm using the PK. Then again, if the request.user is authenticated, at that time only I want to perform the operation. Then again, from task I have taken one variable, then this is the model name, then dot object dot get, then fetch the ID based on the primary key. Then here we have to perform the operation. Like I don't want to perform delete operation. So what I want to perform, I want to accept the task. And one more thing, come here. When I'm clicking to accept the task, at that time, see right now the status of the task is the open. But what I want, when I'm going to click on the accept, the task of the status should be changed from open to in process. See, if nobody accepted, it means the status of the task is the open. But when anyone is going to be accept that task, after that, the status of the task should be changed from open to in process. So this functionality I want first of all. So let's see how we can do. Come here. What I want here, I want to change the status of the task. So what is the column name we are using for the task status? So for example, you don't know what you can do, simply go to the models.py file and here you can check, see, task status is the column which is we are referring for the status of the task. Then come here, and this is the variable in which we have fetched the particular record, and after that what I want from this, for this particular record, I want to change the status of the task. And what status I want? So for example, I want in process. In process. And I have did one mistake. Simply copy this one and go to the models.py file. And if you see, when we have created the choice like open, closed, reopen, expired, result, so at that time I forgot to add the in process status also. So you have to keep in mind and you have to add that one. So let me add that status also. In process. Control S. So you guys also have to make little bit changes. So keep in mind, in the models.py file, in the choice you have to add the in process status. Then Control S. Then come here in the views.py file. Yeah. So for this particular record, for the task status, I want to change as the in process. After that, we have to save. So we know what is the method to save the particular record. So that variable name dot save with round bracket. And after the saving, I want to display the meaningful message like task accepted. Task accepted successfully. And here you must have login to accept task. That's it. Let me check once again. Yeah, everything is fine. Then Control S. So we have created the view. Then next we have to create the URL. So come here, then at down. As I told you, if you want to accept any task, so based on ID only you have to accept the task. So simply copy this one because this is very similar to our requirement. Then come down. Then here we have to give the URL pattern. So for example, I'm giving accept task. Then again, I need this one because I want to accept the task based on the ID only. Then here also let me copy this one, and here also let me give this name. See, this is the URL pattern and this is the URL name. So here you can use different name, and here also you can use different name. It is not compulsory you have to use the same thing at the both place, but just because for simplicity I'm using the same name. Then here we have to give the name of the view. Simply come here and copy the name of the view, then come here, then paste here. That's it. So our URL is created, our function is created. Okay. Then we have to link this URL. We have to link this URL with the accept button. So in the task info, we have one accept button, and here we have to link that URL. Simply paste the name of the URL, and this is as it is. Control S. Come here. So after clicking on accept, the status of the task should be changed to in process. Okay. Then come here. And if you remember, we have did one changes in the models.py file, like we have added this in process choice. So if you're doing any changes in the model, then you have to run that two magical command, python manage.py make migration and python manage.py migrate. So come here, open the command prompt, then Control C, then python manage.py make migration. Then actually here it's showing a delete model my care. For the testing purpose, I have created one model, so kindly ignore this one. You have to focus on these things. Okay, in the task status we have did changes, so that one is reflecting here, and you can ignore this one. As I told you, for the testing purpose I have did. After that we have one more command, migrate, then run server. Okay, then come here. Let me first refresh. Then go to the home. For example, for task ID 10, I'm clicking on view. After clicking on view, I'm able to see the complete information. And for example, I'm clicking on accept. See, task accepted successfully. And after that, if you see, the status for the task ID 10 is changed to in process. Okay, let me do for this task ID 11 also. Right now it's showing closed. For testing purpose, I have made these changes. So let me click here and let me accept. See, task status accepted successfully. This one also changed to in process. Let me do for the 13 one also. Click here, accept here, task accepted successfully. It means we are able to accept the task, and after accepting the task, the status of the task is going to be changed. See, right now it's showing in process, and if we are now going to click on view, see here also it's showing in process. Okay, so this is the functionality what I want to be add in this particular scenario. Then go back. Next, what I want to do, for example, we are able to accept the task, and after accepting the task, it is going to be change the status of the task. But after accepting the task, I want to display that task in my bucket. If you see, when we are doing any shopping and we are adding any item to our add to cart, so that things is displaying in our cart. Similar to this one also, here also I want to add one option here, my cart, and when I'm going to accept anything, so that particular task should be display in that particular my bucket or my task. So let me show you what I want to do. Come here, and 1 second. Here I want to add one my cart option. So this thing is coming from the new bar. So go to the VS Code, then go to the new bar here. Then 1 second. Let me see whether I want to add. So for example, I want to add after home. So come here, then where is the home? Yeah, here only. Simply copy this one and paste here, and in place of home give the name my cart, control S, then come here, let me refresh. Yeah, so whenever I'm going to be accept, that particular task should be displayed here when I'm going to click here. Right now it is a link to base page only, but we have to change this one. So let's see how we can do. It means when we are going to click on here accept task, when we are going to click here, at that time we have to store the related information in my cart model, and in my and after that we can fetch that related information, task related information from my cart model, and we can display in the my cart page. It means first we have to create one my cart model. So what we can do, come here in the VS Code, then go to the models.py file, and here we have to create one model. So first let me add one comment, then give name my cart model. Then we have to create one model where we can store the information of the task when we are going to click on the accept button. And for example, what kind of information I want to be stored. So for example, I want to be store username, like who is the person who has accepted that one. Then I want to store the information related to the task. Then I want to store the task count. So these three column I need. First, let me create class. Then class name, for example, my cart. Then we have to inherit as usual. Simply copy this one and paste here. Then first field I want user equals to models dot and key. And we have to specify the model name, like with which model you want to create this relationship. So as we know, we are using the users model for the user related thing. So I'm going to use the user, and this model is nothing but this one. Then here I want to add one more dependency, like if the user is going to be deleted, then all the my cart record should also delete. So because of that, on delete it equals to model on delete equals to models dot cascade. See, the meaning of this line is, for example, after some time you are going to delete the user. So once the user is deleted, so I want to add dependency, like if the user is deleted, then all the my cart record also should be deleted. Because of that only I have added this line. Then come here. So this line will be used to store the user related information, like which user has accepted the task. Second thing, I want the task detail also. So what I can do, simply task equals to, then again models dot foreign key. Then here also, first I need to specify the along with which model I want to create the relationship. So we know task detail is present in this one. So simply copy this one and paste here. Then again, same dependency I want to add for this one also, comma, this one. Last one, it is not a compulsory, but for some logical, like it will help to make more professional. So because of that only I'm using the task count also equals to models dot integer. field, and here I'm giving default equals to 1. So for all the tasks, it is going to be by default consider the 1 only. Control S. So we have created the model. So the next things what we have to do, if you after creating the model, the next step we have to add in the admin.py page. So come here. First of all, you have to import our newly created model. So this is our newly created model, which is my card. Then simply copy this one. Then come here, paste here, then change these things. For example, this one is my card. My card admin. Then copy this one, then paste here. This is the naming convention I'm using. Then the same name you have to use here, and here you have to use the model name. So my card is the model name. Come here and paste here, and here you have to use the fields which is you want to be displayed there. So in my case, what fields I have, if you come here, I have 3 fields. Simply copy these things, then come to admin.py page and paste here, then take one by one from here and paste here, then task, then task count, task. Let me remove unwanted things. I don't want these things. And don't be confused for this ID. Each and every model have by default ID column. Let me remove these things. Yeah, Control S. And whatever things we are listing, all the things will be displayed in the admin page. So because of that only I have done these things. Control S. And this is nothing but the name of this one, and this is nothing but the name of the model which is we have created in the models.py file, this one. Okay, Control S. So we have created one model. So as usual, if we are creating any model or we are doing any changes in the model, we have to run that 2 command. So come here, migration, see model, this one, my cart model created. Then second command, which is migrate. Okay, then run server. So we have created the model and we have also executed that 2 magical command. Then come here. Yeah. So I know most of the people confused here. See what I have did. I'm repeating again. I have created foreign key, one-to-many relation between these particular models. Like my cart is the different table, user is the different table, task detail is the different table. So if you have any basic understanding of the SQL, in the SQL we have a foreign key and primary key. So that kind of functionality here I have added with this user variable. I have linked this particular model, and for this one I have linked this particular model, and this is a ordinary field. Control S. So the next what I want to do, if you come in the views.py file, right now here we are simply saving the details in the task database, task datas, which is nothing but the task details only. But I want to save the data in the my cart also. And why I want to save the data in the my cart? Like I want to store the data in the my cart, and I can use that data to fetch all the cart record or cart task to display for particular users bucket in the particular user bucket. So don't be confused. We will do one by one. So first of all, take your this one, what we can say, a model name. Then you have to take the fields whatever you have in the model. So if you remember, we have first field users equals to, then here you have to specify the fields which is you want to map for this particular variable or column name. So right now, for example, I don't have, so comma, then second column what we have, if you come here, the second column we have a task, simply copy this one and come here and paste equals to, then here you have to map the record. So anyhow, this particular line going to be provide the particular task record. So simply copy this one and map this one here. Then dot save. Save is the method to save the data, but we have not provided the data for this user. So if you remember, come here, I'm taking one variable, current user. You can give any variable. So I'm giving user only. User equals to request dot user. Request dot user. See here you can give any variable. I have taken user only to avoid the confusion, or you can give the current user. Let me give current user. Current user means the user who have logged in that particular session. So simply copy this one and paste here. Control S. Okay. So from here we are going to get the current user, and from here we are going to get the particular task record. So and if you remember, first let me do Control S, and if you remember, come here. For task count, by default I have given one only, so no need to provide anything for this one. Then come here, let me check, and first of all let me show you the admin page, otherwise you will get confused. Come to the admin, then log in with the admin user. Then see, it's showing here that my cards, which is we have created the model here, this one. Okay, so it's displaying here. Then click here. Right now we don't have any record, we have not added any data. So come here, sorry, one second, go to the login page, then log in with any user. So if you remember, I have created one user. Yeah, you have logged in successfully, all things are working. Then right now this is the closed, it's showing. Then come here, view, then here also it's showing closed. Then click me accept. My cart is not defined, where in the views.py line number 173. I forgot to import this one, and I'm always repeating that things, but I only forgot. See, if you are going to use anything which is present in the different file, so we have to import that things before going to use. So come here, comma. See why I'm importing here, because it is related to the model. So come here, model, then simply copy this name, and then come to the view, then paste here, Control S. Let me check for admin whether we have did or not. Yeah, we have did, no issue. Then come here, let me refresh. Task accepted successfully, and the status also changed to in process. And here also you can see it's showing in process. But after accepting, it should automatically redirect to this page. Right now we have not implemented my cart page, so just assume we have implemented my cart page. So after clicking on accept, the task automatically redirect to the my cart, and that things we have to show there. But right now we have not implemented, no issue. Let me show in the admin. Come here, then log in with the admin user, then again admin. Yeah, then click on my cart. See the record is showing. So this Durgesh and this task detail is showing, and this is by default we have. So this Durgesh is coming. Let me show you from where. If you come here in the views.py file, see I only logged in. So this particular line, let me show you. One second. This particular line going to be provide the username which is logged in at that particular time. If you want proof, I can give you. One second. Print. Then if I'm going to print this one, then it should be print my user ID, because I have logged in with the Durgesh only. So let me show you. Right now here it's not showing anything. Then come here, then go to the login page, then let me log in with Durgesh, then this one, then click on login, then see it is already in process when I'm clicking on view. So in future I'm going to add the functionality, like once we have accepted the task, then the task button will not display. Right now I have not added that condition, because of that only it's showing, so not a problem. So click on accept, we have accepted task successfully. Then come here, it's here, user printing Durgesh. So that only I have a map with this one, and these details I have mapped here. Okay. Now it means we are able to save the data in the my cart model, and that only I have shown you here. If you remember, I have shown you in the admin page. Let me show you again. Come here, admin, then password also admin. And in the you guys don't know how to create the admin user, so let me tell you. There is a one command, python manage.py create super user. This is the command to create the admin user or super user. See, if you click here, we have 2 records. Okay. Now the next things what we have to do, we have to fetch this data in my cart page and display there based on user. Why I'm saying based on user? See, if the Durgesh is logged in, and if he's going to click on the my cart, so only the task which is accepted by the Durgesh you have to show. Okay, you no need to show others data. Let me show you what I'm saying. 1 second. See, when user is going to click on my cart, so you have to only the display the all the task which is accepted by that particular user. Other user you no need to show. Okay, so that things also we need to do. So anyhow we want to display the data in the my cart. It means we have a data in the model. The simply what we have to do, we have to fetch from the model. So we know how to fetch the data from the model. So let me show you. Come here. Then if you see, this is the syntax to fetch the data from the model. So simply copy this one. Then come here. Then paste here. Let me modify this one only. So this is like show, or you can give my cart. My cart. Okay, my cart. And here also I'm giving same only. My cart. And I don't want any primary key, because in my cart I want to display all the tasks which is accepted by me. I'm not going to fetch one by one with the ID. No, I want to display all the tasks which is accepted by particular user. So because of that only, I don't need the primary key. Then same thing, if the request.user is authenticated, this line as usual, then same again, same variable, then same. But now I want to fetch the data from the my cart. I don't want to fetch from the task detail. It is a different model, and I have created different model. Simply copy this one, then come here, then paste here. So from my cart, I want to fetch the object, but I don't want to fetch the object by ID. So simply remove this one. And one more thing, I don't want to see in the my cart table, we have all the tasks which is accepted by different user, but I want to fetch only the task from the my cart which is accepted by particular user, like the user who have logged in. I want to display that record only. So before going to write this line, we have to add one more line. Which one? See this line as it is. Simply copy this one. This line is going to be give the current user which is logged in at that particular time. Simply, then here we have to add the filter. And in the filter, what we have to do, we have to filter based on the user. So in the my cart, if you remember, come here in the my cart for the user, I have a user column. Simply copy this one, equals to which user related task you want to fetch. So I want to fetch the person who has logged in at that particular session. So this one. Okay. So what is going to be do? From myCard.object filter all the users which is equals to current user. Okay. Then come here. Then again, I don't want this one. I want to render to particular HTML page. So what is the logic? So simply copy this one. Let me show you. Return render, that one. Are you seeing anywhere? Yeah, this one. Simply copy this one. Then come here. See, I can write this code, not a problem, but you have to build the, like, you have to make habit to use the code. Simply what is we have already written. No need to write from scratch again and again. So return render by default request parameter. Then here we have to specify the page name. So for example, I'm giving my card .html page. Okay. And what I want to send there, simply copy this one and paste here and here also. That's it. So this is the things which is I want to render to this particular page. Control S. Then here we have to change the message. When it is going to be my, for example, I don't want to display any message. Comment. And this one also I don't want. Let me remove this one. Okay. So return render request mycard.html page. And here same thing, not a problem. To here we need to change little bit login to view my card. Okay. Control S. Here you can use the any different variable if you want. I use the task data as usual. So if you want, you can change. Let me change, for example, card. Give some meaningful name. So this one, this one. If you're not going to change, then also you are not going to get any errors. Not a problem, but just because for meaningful name, I have changed it. Okay. Then we have to create this HTML page. Simply copy this one and come to templates, then right click, then new file, then paste. Then again, and as usual, we have to inherit the base.html page, copy any page simply, then come here in my cart, simply paste. Let me remove unwanted things. So for example, I don't want this forget things. Okay. And yeah, good only. Then for example, here also I want to change. So for example, I'm giving name my card. My card. Control S. Okay. And in place of form, what I want to fetch. So simply copy this one card and come here and paste here. And I don't want any form. Let me remove these things also. Let me remove this one also. If required, we will add, not a problem. Control S, then come here. We have to create the URL also for this one. So go to the VS Code, then go to the urls.py file, and here we have to create one URL. So simply copy this one. Let me paste here. Let me modify it as per our requirement. So basically we are doing the same thing. Only the things we are changing the name. That's it. Not a big things we are doing. Simply copy this view name. Then come to the urls.py file. Then paste here. Then here you can give the meaning. And I don't require any these things. Then here you can give any meaningful pattern. For example, I'm giving my card. Simply copy this one. I'm giving the name also, same thing. Control S, simply copy these things. Then go to the new bar. Why we are going to the new bar page? Because we have created one thing there. Yeah, simply here in my cart you have to paste this one, Control S. Okay, and then come here, then let me refresh, then click on my cart. Here we are getting error, function object has no attribute objects. We are getting one error. Come here in the views.py file. One second, where is the views.py file? Yeah. See, again we have did one mistake, which is we have did previously. We are using the same the function name and we are using the same model name. So no, it is not correct thing. So my cards give S here, Control S. Then same thing we need to change here also. Control S, then come here, then let me refresh. Yeah, see, in my cart data is showing, but it is not displaying in the proper format. So what we can do? So if you remember, come here in the VS Code, go to this one task info page. I want to display in this format. So what you can do, simply copy this entire code and go to the my cart HTML page and simply paste here. And I don't want these things, so let me remove. And if you see, I have kept this one, what we can say, go back page, go back URL. I will tell you why I have taken this one. And one more thing, all the data from the views we are sending in the cart. So copy this cart and come here. Hi. So up to this point we have seen in the past video. So let's continue the remaining things. So here you can see right now I'm inside the mycart.html page. So see here in the views.py file, we are sharing the data in the cart variable. And for the naming convention only, I'm changing little bit here. So in place of cart, I'm writing carts. And here also same, and here also same. So please do the same changes. Even if you're not going to do, not a problem. But only for the naming convention, I have get carts. Then we are sending this data in the mycart.html page. So come here. And here we have to take one for loop. So take one for loop here in curly bracket, take double percentage, then here for each element. So for that cart, for each cart in carts. So come here and this is the variable, simply copy this one, then come here and paste here. So for each cart in the carts, what I want, so I want to execute this block. So come here and 1 second. Let me close this for loop. So where I can close, so here the first div. So come here. Yeah, not here. So I have to write again curly bracket, then double percentage, then and 4. This is the syntax to end the for loop. That's it. Then each element in the carts now we have in the cart. So what we can do, copy this one, then simply paste here. Okay. And let me remove this entire thing. I will add this thing. Don't worry. Control S. Then come here. Then go to the my cart. Okay. So the task ID, it's printing here. Okay, not a problem. Then it's coming continuously. So I want to put the break. So what we can do, come here and what we can do, we can add break. Where we can add break? So we can add break. 1 second. First, let me remove unwanted space. Then come here. Then here. Control S. Then come here again. Let me refresh. Now we have did mistake once again. Come here. Control Z. Then put BR tag. Control S. Then come here. Let me refresh. Yeah, now it's good. So I want remaining thing also. So come here and control V. So cart ID I have pasted, but here is a little bit change. For example, let me tell you what I want to what I want to tell you. For the cart.id, I'm getting ID, but if I'm doing same for the title also, 1 second, title, control S, then come here, let me refresh. See, for title, I'm not getting. Even if I'm going to do for this one, task created by also, and that time also I'm not good. I will not get. Let me show you. See why. So if you remember, first let me show you the my cart and the admin, so you will get clear idea. Come here, let me log in with the admin user. Then come to my cart. See what fields we have. So we have a ID, user, task, and task count. And what are you trying to access? You are trying to access task title, task created by, task created on. But these fields we don't have in the my cart. See, we don't have here. But what we have did, see carefully. In the models, what we have did, we have created foreign key relationship, which is nothing but the one-to-many relationship. Foreign key is also known as one-to-many relation. So with the help of this task variable, we can access any field of the task detail model. And what is this task detail model? So this is nothing but this one. And what kind of data this particular model have? So this thing we have in this particular model. So with the help of this variable, we can access the column of this one. And why we can access? Because we have created the relationship between this my cart task column and this one. So come here in the my cart and you have to write cart dot task dot, and this task is nothing but this one. Let me show you this one. So whatever you have written here, same thing you have to write here. Okay, control S, then come here, then let me go to the front end. 1 second, let me log in with, for example, I have a Durgesh, then password, enter, then come here. See, now it's showing testing 35. See carefully what I'm trying to say. In my cart, we have only ID, task, and task count, whatever I have shown you previously. And what we are trying to do, we are trying to access the fields which is we have in this one, in this table. So how we can access? So we have a relationship between this table and this table. And this table is nothing but the model only. And don't be confused when I'm saying the model and table. Both are same thing in the Django. So with the help of this relationship, we can access any column of this table of this model. Same thing we have did here. Now I have to do for the all. Simply copy this one and paste here. Okay. Then simply copy this one. 1 second. Let me copy this one and do for all the things. So let me do. Okay. Control S. Then come here. Let me refresh. Yeah. Now the things is coming properly. I hope I'm clear. And we have learned one new things like how we can access the content of other table with the help of another table. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. See what we have did with the help of the mycart model, we have accessed the column of the task detail table. So this is the new things how we can do. Then in place of go back, I don't want go back. I want either close the task or remove the task from the bucket. So what we can do, come here and we have to do little bit changes here. So in place of go back, what we can do, or let it be go back. For For example, I want to give this option also, and along with this option, I want to give some another option also. So let's do. So for example, I want to give a close task functionality. Close task. Close task. And I'm also want to give the option, for example, remove task. Remove task. Control S, then come here. Let me refresh. See, user either can go back to the base page, or we can say home page, and he can either close the task or remove the task from his bucket. And all the things is in the same color. So let's change the color. So simply what we can do, if you come here or and click here, so we have a different color here, so we can refer this one, and this thing's coming from the task info page. So come here, then go to the task info page. See, you can do from the this one bootstrap also, but I have already, so I'm referring this one only. So let me copy this class and paste here. For example, 1 second here. Then we have one more, delete one. Copy this one and paste here. If you want some addition, some another color, so you can refer the bootstrap. Come here, let me refresh, but if you go here, yeah. So go back, close task and the remove task. So we have these things. Now, what I want, see, after clicking on go back, it's working properly, okay? But if you come here, and if I'm going to click on close task, then the status of the task should be closed. Right now it's showing in process. But what I want, when I'm going to click on the close task, the status of the task should be changed to closed. Okay. And for the remove task, what I want, when I'm going to click on the remove task, so the task should be removed from this my bucket or my cart, and the status of the task will be again open. Okay, I hope I'm clear what I'm trying to say. When I'm going to be click on close task, then the task status should be from in process. It will change to close task. And when I'm going to click on the remove task, so the task status should be changed from in process to open, and it should remove from here. Okay, so these things we want. So we will do one by one, not a problem. So, but before going to do this activity, I want to do one very important things. So if you come here in the drop down, and if you remember, we have created one page which is show profile, and if you click here, see the data is coming in this format, and at that time I have not corrected this one. So what I want this data should become like this. So come here, go to this particular page which is a show profile. So go to the profile.html page. Come here in the templates, user profile.html. Yeah, this one. So only what you have to do from here, you have to remove this text center. You have to remove these things only. Control S, then come here. Then let me refresh. Now it's looking good. And if you want to add one space here, so what you can do, come here and add dr tag. Control S. Let me refresh. Yeah. Okay. Now let's concentrate on this one here. But before going to work on this close task and remove task, I want to tell you one thing. Here we are able to accept the task. It means we know the holder of the task. So that field also I want to display here. So what we can do, go to the VS Code, then in the my card, simply copy this one and paste here. You can paste anywhere, not a problem. Then in place of task holder, task holder. And what field I want to display here. So basically I want to display the current user who logged in at that particular session. So what is the syntax for that? We have a request dot user dot username, and see this request dot user, I hope you know already. This is the same thing what we have written here. This one, request dot user, and this username is nothing but this is the fields which we have in the user's model. So you have to write as it is username. So from here you will get username, Control S, then come here, let me refresh. See, the task holder Durgesh is showing. So don't worry about these things, like these things is not looking good, it's coming in a small things, something is capital, some are small. Once we will complete this one, we will do that part also, like we will do the camel case or whatever it's needed. Okay, so don't worry about that thing. So right now this holder name is showing. Okay. So the next things, as I told you, after clicking on this one, remove task, the task should be removed from this particular bucket and the status of the task should be open. So let's see how we can do. Go to the VS Code, then go to the views.py file, then we have to write function for that particular functionality. So first let me add the comments, and for example that one is remove task, then def keyword, then function name, I'm giving remove task, then default parameter request. See, accepting the task and removing the task almost similar to each other. So what we can do, come here and simply copy this one, and we can modify this one as per our requirements. So paste here. Yeah. So the function name is the remove task, and if the request.user is authenticated, then only I want to do this activity. Okay. No need this one. Let me remove from here. Let me remove from here also. Here also I don't require that one. Okay. Then come here. So again, and one more thing. Yeah, PK also I need. This primary key also I need, comma PK. Okay. Then here I have to specify what operation I want. So first of all, when I'm going to remove any item from the task, so I want to change the status. So what status I want? So in place of in process, I want open. First things, this one I want. Second, what I want. So second thing, let me remove these things. I don't want this one. So I want, for example, my cart equals to, this is one variable I have taken. You can take any variable, not a problem. Then here I have to specify the name of the model. So come here. This is the name of my model. Then come here, paste here, dot objects, dot what I want, dot filter. And what I want to filter. So my cart, I have one field. If you see here, I have one field task. Simply copy this one. Then come here, then paste here equals to this one, PK. And after that, here I want to add some, here we have to do some little bit changes, like a task remove successfully. And here you must have to log in to remove task. Okay. Then Control S. Let me check 1 second. And I don't need this one. Let me remove this one. Yeah. So we have taken one variable task data, then what we have did from task details, which is the model, we have fetched that particular record. Then what we have did, we have updated the status of that particular task as open, and after that we have saved. Then what we have did, we have taken one variable my cart, And then from the my cart model, we have fetched that particular field with the help of that ID. And after that, what we want, so from I want to delete. So simply copy this one dot, with the help of delete method, we can delete. Control S. Okay. Then we have to create the URL for this particular thing. So what we can do, simply go to the urls.py file, then come here, simply copy this one, or let me copy this one because this one is very similar to my requirement. Then paste here. Then in place of accept task, what I want, remove task. Remove task, then primary key I needed, then come here, then let me copy this one. Function name, then come here in the urls.py file, then paste here. Okay. Then we have to change the URL name also, simply this one. Control S, then go to the my cart, and if you see here for remove cart, we have to paste that URL what we have created at there. Control S, then come here, let me refresh. And 1 second, we are getting error in the views.py file, line number 202. Come here in the views.py file, line number 202. So here we have did mistake, so don't forget to maintain the indentation. Then come here, then come here. 1 second. Reserve for remove task with the no argument. Okay. Here we have did one mistake. In the my cart, we have to pass the ID also. So what ID? So this one. Simply copy this one and paste here. Control S. Then come here, let me refresh. Okay, then click on remove task. Task details matching query does not exist. Okay, not a problem. Come here. What mistake we have did? So cart dot task, Control S, then come here, let me refresh. Okay, then remove task. Task removed successfully. See, after removing the task, the status of the task changed to open. And if you come here, that task is not here. See, right now what, how many tasks I have? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me remove one more. Task removed successfully. Again, it's changed to open. And if you come here, 1 second, something I have did mistake. Not a problem. 1 second. Let me add one more. For example, accepted. Task accepted. Accepted successfully. Okay, then come to the my cart. See, the task is accepted. For example, I'm clicking on remove task. Task removed successfully. And when I'm coming to the my cart, see, task is not showing here. Come here. See, right now it's showing in process. Okay, then I'm coming here. When I'm I'm clicking on accept, and when I'm coming here, see, it's showing here. When I'm clicking on remove task, see, task remove, and all the tasks showing in the open state. It means we are able to remove the task from the my cart, and after removing from here, it is automatically going to be changed into the open state. And this is the functionality what we need. Okay. Next, what I want, come here. Let me accept this one again. For example, I'm clicking on accept, and after accepting, it's coming here. And from here, I can close that particular task. Okay. Like right now, when I'm going to click this one, so it is not working. But what I want to be in this particular thing. So when I'm going to be click on the closed task, the task status should be changed to the closed. And some additional field also I want to display here. What are that fields? So that field is nothing but the closed task closed by and task closed on. If you see here, come here, in the models, we have that field, task closed on and task closed by. So this field also I want to display when the task is closed. Okay. So let's see how we can close the task. Right now we have seen how we can remove the task. And one more thing, there is a lots of things pending. Don't think that things only we are going to see. No, we are going to add lots of restriction for the at the user level. Because see, right now anyone can create the task and anyone can accept the task. No, this is not a good thing. So we will add the restriction for that also. But just because this is under the development, I have not added that restriction. So once I will complete this close task functionality, we will add that restriction, like who can create the task and who can see what kind of option. Okay. Right now, all the user able to see all the option, which is not a good thing. So let's concentrate on the close task functionality. So go to the VS Code. Then we have to write a function for that one. Then come here, simply copy this one. Okay. Copy this one, then come here, paste here, then let me change this one. This should be closed task, and here also. Closed task. And the same again, like if the user is authenticated, then only I want to perform this operation. And to close the task also, I need the primary key, because then only I can select based on the ID, I can close that particular task. Then here in place of open, I want closed. Okay. Then I want to save. And after closing task, again, I don't want to be that particular task in the my bucket. Only because of that only, I am keeping this line as it is. Okay. And here we need to do little bit changes. For example, task closed successfully. And you must have to log in to close the task. Okay. To close task, Control S. See what we have did. Simply we have changed this one. That's it. Remaining thing as it is. Okay. And why I'm not doing from scratch? Because we know already what is the meaning of this each and every line or each and every code. Okay. So that's it. Control S. Then we have to create the URL. So go here. Then simply copy this one. This is very similar to my requirement. Copy this one. Then come here, paste here. Let me correct this one. Then from remove task, I want close task. Close task, copy this one, then give the name to this particular URL, then come here, then copy this name, then again come here, then paste here. See, this is very easy thing we are doing. Okay, keep in mind. Then again, go to the my card, then just like this one, we have to do for this close task also. So simply copy this one, then come here, then paste here, then again come here, then copy this URL name, then again come here, then paste here. That's it. Nothing else. Web development is a very easy thing if you are going to learn. This is not a rocket science. Very small, very easy thing. Okay. Then come here, then come here. Okay. So what I want, after clicking on close task, the status of task should be changed to closed and it should be removed from here. Let me click on close task. Task closed successfully, and you can see the status of the task is changed to closed. But if I'm again going to click on view, so this thing is showing, which is not a valid thing. So come here, and what I want to do, I want to add some restriction. What kind of restriction I want? See, first of all, let me create one task. Okay. And for example, I'm giving name testing 001. Okay. Then I'm giving any dates, for example, reward this one and this one. Click on submit. Task created successfully. We have created this one, testing, and this is created by Durgesh. and when it's created on June 5th. And what is the due date? This one. Okay. See, here also we have did one mistake. This should be future date, but right now let it be as it is. We will add restriction here also, and reward 12 and open status. So when the task is in the open status and the person who have created the task, the same person or the same user going to click on the view, at that time what option I want to display here. So at that time I want to display go back, update, delete. I don't want to show the accept button. See, there is no meaning of showing the accept button to the user who only created that particular task. Okay. The task ID is not displaying here. So let me check why. Task info. Okay. Come here. Go to the task info page. Yeah. So why it's not showing? So 1 second. Control S. Then come here. Let me refresh. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm saying? So the person who have created the task, if you want to show the accept button to the same person, so it's not a useful thing. It is not a good thing, because the person who have created the task, why we need to show the accept button to that person only, to that particular user or person. So I want to add the condition. So first that one. Second, what I want, come here, go back. If the status of the task is changed from open to any other status, for example, from open to in process, from open to closed, from open to resolved, or from open to something else, okay, or expired. So at that time, anything other than open, at that time, I don't want to display these things, because once the task is changed from open status to any another status, then we should not give permission to the user who have created the task. We should not give permission to that particular user to do any changes in that particular task. So if anyone accepted this task, so at that time I want to display only go back. Right now all the option is showing. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. Then come back. And here I want, in place of drop down, I want to show the user name who have logged in at that particular time. So we will start from here. First, I want to display the username who have logged in here. So let's see how we can do. So go to the neobar.html page here, and what I want here, in place of drop down, I want to display the username who have logged in at that particular time. So take double curly bracket, then you have to type request dot user name. Okay, Control S. Then come here, let me refresh. See, Durgesh is showing, but it is not showing in a proper format. What I want to display this in capital. So what I can do, come here, then take one pipe, then cap first. Okay, Control S, then come here, let me refresh. See, now D is showing in the capital. So this is how you can make any first one as a capital. Now it's looking good. And if you see, I only logged in this particular session, and it's showing my name only. So the next, what I want, if I am the user who have logged in and I am the user who have created that particular task, and if the task status is the open, at that time I want to display only go back, update, delete. I don't want to show the accept button. So let's see how we can handle these things. Come here, go to the VS Code, then go to this one, what we can say in this page, task info page. And here I want to add some condition. So let's see how we can add if else condition. So if the ticket status is the open, so what I want, come here, here take one curly bracket, then take double percentage, then take one if what I want, if the task status, simply copy this one. If the task status equals to open, so I want to show go back, update and delete. So here I have to write else in the curly bracket, then percentage, then else. Control S, then come here. Let me refresh. Invalid block and end block. Okay, we have to, I forgot to close the if block. So come here. It started here. So let me close here in curly bracket, then percentage, then E and D, if. Control S. It may refresh. Yeah. See. Click on home. The task status is the open. When I'm clicking on the view, I'm able to see go back, update, delete. Okay. But it is not a complete solution. What condition I want to add? If the logged in user and the person who have created the task both are same, at that time when I'm going to click on the view, it's showing go back, update, delete, which is correct only. But if you see here, there are few records which is created by other than Durgesh. So logged in user is the Durgesh and the task created by the different user. At that scenario also, when I'm going to click on the view, it's showing go back, update, delete, but it is not a good things, or it is not a correct things, because one second, if the logged in user is, for example, Durgesh, and the task created by, for example, other than Durgesh, for example, Dugru, at that time, and when the task status is the open, at that time when I'm going to click on the view, it should show the I go back and accept button. These two button only I want to show. Okay, I hope you guys are getting what I'm trying to say. Come here, I'm repeating again. When the logged in user and the task created by user both are same and the task status is the open, at that time when I'm going to click on the view, it has to show go back, update, delete, which is showing here. That is correct only. But when the logged in user is Durgesh and the task created by some other user and the task status is the open, at that time when I'm going to click on the view, then here it should give go back and accept button. Because the person who have created the task, he can only update and delete. Other than that user or that person, nobody can update and delete. Okay, so that functionality I want. So I want go back and accept if the logged in user and the task created by user is different and the task status is the open. So let's see how we can do. Go to the VS Code here, and in the task info.html page, here only we can add the condition for that one also, like if the user logged in user or and logged in user and that task created by user is the same, at that time I want to display these things, else I want to display this thing. So what we can do, if you remember, we have already did that things. So come here, then space request dot user name and one second here, equals to one second, equals to this one, task created by, simply copy this one and paste here. Okay, So if the request.user.username equals to this task created by, and this task status is open at that time, I want to display these things: go back, update, delete. But in else condition, let me copy this one. I want to display the go back and the accept functionality. Control S, then come here, then let me refresh, go back. See, the logged in user is Durgesh and task created by Durgesh, and task status is the open. Click on view, go back, update, delete option is showing here. Come here, see the logged in user Durgesh and task created by Dugu. Then come here, see, go back and accept. I hope I'm clear. Okay. Again, here the task status is showing open. And if you remember, we have added functionality. When we are going to click on the accept, the task status should be changed. So let me click on accept. Task accepted successfully. Okay. Then it is showing in process. If you come here, if you click on view, see it's showing in process. Go back, and if you come here in my cart, it's showing here. Okay. Then if you want, you can click on remove task, task removed successfully. Then you can see it's again changed to open. But again, I want to add one restriction. For example, Durgesh is the person who have logged in here, and the task created by the Dugu and the status is the open. At that time when I'm clicking on view, I can able to see the go back and accept, and task accepted successfully. But once I have accepted the task, and after that again when I'm going to click on the view, I don't want to give the same option again to accept. No, I only want to give the option go back. I hope I'm clear. Okay. Then come here, then go to the VS Code. Then here we have to add the condition. So simply copy this one and come here, and what we can do here only, paste, and what I want, if the request.user.username and task created info, here I want in process. Let me check whether we have given the same thing or not here. 1 second. Copy this one. Then come here in the my card. Not my card, in task info, and here same thing we have to be same only. Then if the task status is the in process, at that time I only want to show the go back. I don't copy this one and paste here. Paste here. In place of if, I want elif. Okay, Control S. So what I have written, if the request dot, and this one also I don't want. So let me remove these things. Simply what I want, if the task status is in process, so I want to show only the go back functionality. Control S, then come here. Let me refresh. Yeah. So right now task status is the in process. So let me click on view. See, I am only able to go back because you have already accepted now. So when I'm going to click on the view, and again you are showing the accept button, so it's a nonsense things. Okay. So because of that only, I have removed that one. I have given only the go back. I'm repeating again what we have did here. If the logged in user and task created by user is the same and the task status is the open, so when I'm going to click on view, I can update, delete, and go back. But if the task status is the, for example, logged in user is a Durgesh and task created by someone else, so what he can do, he can click, and when the task status is the open, when I'm going to click on the view, I can either go back and accept. And after accepting, I can only see the go back. Okay. Right. Next, we have to check one more scenario. For the closed also, I want the same thing. Like if the task is the closed, then again, I don't want to give the option. For example, if you click on the closed, see again, go back and accept functionality is showing. but it is a close. So what is the use of showing accept? So come here, then go to the VS Code, and here, one second. Yeah, if the task status info, or we can use or, simply copy this one and paste here, and in place of in process, right, closed. Okay, Control S. Then come here. Let me refresh. See, right now task status is closed. Then click on view. Only go back. Correct only now. When the task is the closed, then why you need to show the accept button again? Then go back here. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Next things, what we have to add here. Come here. See, we have one open. We can click here. We can go back. We can update. We can delete. Not a problem. Then some other user have created. So what we can do, we can come here, we can accept here. Task accepted successfully. After accepting the task, it is coming in my bucket. Okay. So it's showing in process and it's showing task holder details. Correct only. And if you want, you can go back, and if you want, you can close the task. Task closed successfully. See, task closed successfully. But after closing the task, I want to show some additional detail. What kind of additional detail I want to show? So after closing the task, it means we know the person who have closed the task, and we know at what time the task is closed. So that two fields I want to add here. Okay. So if you don't know what fields, so let me show you. Come here. In the models.py file, we have that two field, closed on and closed by. So these two fields we have to show here once the task is closed. So come here in the task info, come here in the task info here. What I want, right now, we are doing in the general way. We have not added any if-else condition. But what I want here, I want to add one if condition. Take curly bracket, then double percentage, then if the task status is closed, or what we can say, if the task status. So from where we will get the task status? So from here, we will get the task status. Simply copy this one. If the task status equals to open, I want to display these things. Okay, not a problem. Then again, I have to take one more, this one. Simply copy this one. And this is LF condition. Like here, what we can do, task info status closed. At that time, let me remove these things. I don't want these things. At that time, what I want, so simply copy this one, this entire thing, because I want to display these things. But along with this, I want to display some additional fields also. So what that additional field? So simply copy these two fields and paste here. And as I told you, I want to display task closed by and closed on. These two things I want to display. And what are the fields we have for that? So simply come to here. Simply copy this one. Then come here in the task info and paste here. Then again come here and copy this one. Then task info, then paste here. Okay, Control S. If the task status is the open, I want to display these things. elif, I want to display this one. See, right now most of the people thinks why we need to write the elif, we can simply write the else also. But in future we have other also like reopen and resolved, this kind of and expired, this kind of status also. So at that time we have to add here. So even if right now you are going to only write the else and going to write these things, it is okay. But as I know, because in future we need to add another things also, because of that only I have written elif. Okay, then we have to close this if block. So come here, then take curly bracket, then in double percentage type end if. Okay, then come here, let me correct the indentation. Okay, let me do for this one also, Control S. Then come here, let me refresh. Yeah, right now it is not showing the data, like it's showing none, not a problem. Then come here, see the task status is the open, it's showing this things. Okay, when created by the same and the logged in user same, but when the logged in user the different and created by user is different, then the task status is closed, it's showing this thing. So don't focus on these things why the data is not showing here. So let me add the data from for here also. So go to the VS Code, and in the views.py file, this is the close task functionality. So here we can add the particular thing. So come here, and what I want, so simply copy this one, then paste here, dot, what is the field name? So come here, so task closed by, simply copy this one, then come here, then paste here, equals to what I want. So simply come here, and I want the current user who logged in at that particular session. So come here, simply paste here. Okay, then from user here you will get the current user, and you can map this current user to here. Control S. Then come here, let me refresh, go back, then here, and go back. Let me, for 1 second, let me go to the my card, then close task. Okay, try to update the fields my details task by the model instance user value compatible with the character. Come here. So here I have to convert this one into the str. So what I can do, simply copy one, simply give curly bracket, then come here, then let me convert to str. That's it. Control S. Then come here, then let me go to this particular this one, not this one, this one. See, so the user closed by Durgesh, it's showing here. Now the next things, I want to display the closed on this data. So let's see how we can add this one. So go back, but for that we need one. Let me see this one. Yeah, right now it's showing none. Okay, and this one. Okay, let me accept this one first. Okay, I have accepted this one. Now let me click. If you see here, we are not getting any data. Do you remember what mistake we have did? See, the task status is the in process, and if you come here in the task info page, this one, we have defined only for the open and closed. We have not defined for the in process. So what we can do, simply copy this entire thing, Control C, then come here, then paste here again. Then in place of closed, we have to define for the in process. Okay, and what kind of data I want to show for the in process? So 1 second, let me tell you. Go to the my card, and this task holder, one additional field I want to show. So come here, task info, and when the task is in the in process, so we don't have this thing. So what in place of what we can do, simply remove this one. Okay, and in place of task closed by, add task holder, and here we have to add that particular field. So simply remove this one. Okay, Control S. If you want to verify, come here in the models.py file and you can check for the task holder. This one, both are same only. This one, both are same only. Okay. Then Control S. Then come here. Let me refresh this one. Let me go here. Yeah, for in process, we are getting these things. So see again what we have did. We have created one task Durgesh with another user with the user ID Durgesh. We have created one task which is ID number 16 and the title is testing 002, which is we have created with the help of the Durgesh user ID. After that, we have logged in into another user ID which is admin, and we have accepted that particular task. Once we accept that particular task, see, after that when we are going again to see that task, so it's showing only go back. It is not showing the accept. And this is the functionality what we are expecting. Then come here. After that, in the my cart, it's showing that particular on this one, what we can say, this task what we have created. And here you can see the task created by Durgesh and task holder is admin. And if I'm going to close the task, see task closed successfully, and you can see the status of the task changed to closed. And again, if I'm going to see on the my cart, it is not showing. Then come here, then I'm going to click on the view. Then once the task is the closed, so what field we have added? Task closed by and task closed on. So right now task closed by it's showing, which is admin only, because in the admin user ID only we have closed that task, and this task closed on is not showing. So the last column which is we need to work on is task closed on. These things I want. So what I want, simply go to the VS Code, then go to the this views.py file and come here, and here only what we can do, simply copy this one, then paste here, then dot, then particular field. What is the field? So task closed on, this one. Simply copy this one, then again come here, then paste here, equals to time zone dot now. Control S. Now it's done. Then come here, let me refresh. Right now it will not show here because it's already closed task. So come back. Then I'm going to create one fresh task. So let me create, for example, 3. Then submit. Task created successfully. The task created by the admin and the logged in user is the admin. At that scenario, what condition we have added? When the task status is the open, only we have go back, update and delete option. Then go back, then let me log in with another user ID, for example, Durgesh. Then 1 second. So you have logged in successfully. So this is the user. So this is the task which is we have created, and this is created by the admin. And right now I have logged in the Durgesh ID. Then and the task status is the open. Then come here, click on view. Then after clicking on view, here you can see the task status is the open. When I'm going to click on accept, the task accepted successfully. And after that, the task status showing in process. And if you come to the my card, that particular task, it's showing here. See, testing 003. Okay. And if you see here, this one status of the task changed to in process. When the status of the task is changed to in process and I'm going to click on the view, I'm only able to see the go back. Okay. I'm not able to see the accept functionality again. And one more thing, if I'm going to log in with the same user who have created that particular task, 1 second. See, the admin created by admin and the logged in ID also admin, but the task status changed from open to close. At that time also, I'm only able to see the go back. Why? Because once the task is accepted by any other, I don't want to give permission to the person who have created the task to change that particular task, like update or delete things. So because of that only. And then let me log in with again that particular user, which is Durgesh. Click here. Then what we can do, come here in my cart and I can close that particular task. So when I'm right now, when the task is the in process, I'm getting holder name and the status in process. And when I'm going to click on the close task, time zone is not defined. So we have to import this one. So 1 second, go to the VS Code, and here we have to import that time zone. So simply come here at top, then come here, then simply write this line from django.utils import time zone. That's it. Control S, then come here. Let me refresh. Task closed successfully. The task status is the close. Then click on the view. See, the task closed on June 5th, 2024. Okay, and hi. In last video, we have seen how we can accept the task and how we can close that particular task. In this video, we are going to see how we can add the reopen functionality and resolve functionality. For example, someone closed your task and you are the owner of the task. So you have a power, either you can reopen that closed task or you can mark as a resolved. So these two functionality we are going to see in this particular video. So go to the VS Code, then inside the views.py file, first we have to write the logic for this reopen task and then resolve task. So first of all, I want to add the functionality for the reopen task, and reopen task is nothing but, for example, someone closed the task what you have created, but you are not happy with that solution. So what you can do, you can reopen that task again. So that kind of functionality I want to add. So let's see how we can do. This one is the very similar for my requirement. So let me copy this one, then come here and paste here. And I have to change the name of this function. So first of all, let me change the comment. So this should be reopen task. Then here also, let me remove reopen task. Then again, I want to reopen the task. So which particular task you want to reopen? It means again we require the primary key. So let it be as it is. Then again, I want to add condition like if the request.user is authenticated, at that time only I want to perform the below operation. Then task, this is the same variable. Then this is the model from where that particular thing is coming or particular task is coming. Yeah. So once it's coming here, so again I want to change the status of the closed task into in process. Either you can give in process or you can give the reopen. So I have to differentiate, I have given separate name like in process and reopen, two different status. So because of that only, in place of in process, I want reopen. And we have to write exactly same thing whatever we have written inside the model. So come here, see, simply copy this one and come here and paste here. Okay, then I want to save, and after saving I want to create the instance of that record into the my cart of that particular user. So because of that only I have written the same thing, but here little bit changes is there, and here we need to do little bit changes. But before going to do that changes, first let me do changes here, like task reopen successfully, and here also you must have to log in to reopen the task. Control S, and here also we need to do little bit changes. See, try to understand what I'm saying. See, here we have written user equals to current user, but I don't want current user. I want to create or send this task to the person who has closed this task. Okay, because then it makes sense. Because for example, user A has marked this particular task as the closed, but you are not happy with this solution. So when you are going to click on the reopen, then again this task should be reflect in the person A. So because of that only I want the holder data. So here I want to add the field for the task holder. So let's see how we can do. So for example, I want to take one variable holder. You can give any variable name, whatever you want. So in my case, I'm taking holder. Then holder equals to, I have to specify the field which I want to be mapped to this particular variable. So for that, user dot objects get. Then we have to specify the field name. So in the users, see this one is the model name, and in this we have a one field user name. So simply type user name, this one equals to what field I want to map to this one. See, I cannot map directly anything to this one. Why? Because at that time we will get the error. So this is the way to map any field. So as I told you, I want to map the task closed by user. So what is the field we are using for the task closed by? So come here, and if you see here, one second, let me show you this one, task closed by. Simply copy this one, then come here, then paste here, and this field and all the data we are storing in the task data variable. So we have to take from there. So like that, dot this one field name. So these things I'm going to store in the holder variable, and this entire thing is going to return me or task closed by person or user name. And the same thing, let me copy and paste here. It means I want to create the record in the my cart for the user who is the holder of that particular task. I hope I'm clear. So Control S, then go to the urls.py file, come here, then simply copy this one, then paste here. Then we have to modify this one as per our requirement. So in place of accept task, I want reopen. Then same thing, copy and paste here also. One second. Control S, then come here, then copy the view name. Then again come here, then paste here. Sorry. One second. And come here. Yeah, Control S. So we have created the function, we have created the URL. So the next things, we have to create this particular button. So where we have to create this button. So if you come here, once again inside the template, then this task details. No, not here. One second, task info. So we have this button already, like open, update, delete, close, accept. This kind of button we have already. So I want two button. What kind of button? I want, first of all, I want a resolved button, and second, I want the reopen button. Copy this one because this is very similar to my requirement. So copy this one and come here, then paste here. If the request.user.username, I want this condition because I want to show this option to only the person who has the owner of that ticket. Because of that only I'm returning this condition equals to task info created by correct only. Then and task status is closed, because if someone is going to be closed, at that time only I want to show that option. So paste here. And what kind of option I want? So first of all, I want resolved button. Resolved. Then second one, I want reopen. Okay, Control S. And this as percentage, this should be not here. So simply copy this one, Control X. Then enter, paste here. Okay, Control S. Let me do the indentation correct. Yeah, then come here, then let me refresh. Yeah, okay. So this right now I'm logging with the Durgesh user ID, and this task is created by the admin, and the status of this task is the closed. 1 second. See here, I think we have did one mistake. Oh yeah, sorry for that. Simply copy this one and paste here. There should be 11. Okay. Control S. Then come here. Let me refresh. Yeah. So what I'm saying, this is the user Durgesh, and I'm logging with the admin user, and this is the closed status. Closed status. When I'm going to click on the view, see in. So what I want to log in with the admin user. So come here. Let me log in with the admin. Okay. So I'm logging with the admin, and this is in a closed status. So come here, go back. So here should be resolved and reopen button should be show, but it's not displaying here. So let's see what we have did mistake. What mistake we have did. Or I can do one thing. Let me create a new task. For example, this one, 30. Submit. Task created successfully. See, task created successfully, and it is in the open status and created by the admin and login with also admin. So what if I'm going to click on the view, I'm getting go back, update, delete option, and here it's showing created by admin because admin only created this one. Let me go back, let me log out and log in with the Durgesh. Sorry, 1 second. Durgesh. Then come here. Yeah. So now I'm logging with the Durgesh and the task created by the admin. When I'm going to click on the view, I'm getting go back and accept functionality. So either I can accept and I can go back. Right now the ticket holder status is not showing here, but when I'm going to click on accept, task accepted successfully. And after that, if I'm going and see, the status also changed to in process. And after that, if I'm going to click on the view, I'm only getting the go back button. I'm not getting the accept button. Why I'm not getting the accept button? Because it is already accepted by me. But here task holder is showing none. So we have to fix this one. So right now go back, then click on my cart. Yeah, but here task holder detail is showing. So we have to map correct field there. Not a problem. Yeah. So here you can see task holder is showing properly, but it was not showing there. So don't worry, we will fix it. So here we have option like close task and remove task. So for example, I want to click on close task. So task closed successfully. Okay, then task status changed to closed from the in process. And let me log in with the user person who have created that particular task. So for example, admin created, and let me log in with the admin only. Yeah. Then come here, then click on view. Yeah. So here I want to display the resolve button and the go back button, but it is not showing here. So let me see why. Let me check why it's not coming here. Come here in the task info only. What condition we have written? If the request.user.username equals to task info, then task created by, and the task info task status is closed. Correct only. Then I want to display these things, not go back, or let me go back, but along with that I want to display this result and reopen also, but it is not displaying. Why? And here I have written a condition like if the lf task info.task status is the in process or task info.task status is a closed, then show the go back. So I don't know why, but just because of this line, I'm getting this problem. So let me remove from there and paste here. Control S. Let me remove unwanted space. Control S. Then come here. Then let me refresh. Yeah. So this is the option what I want. Go back, result, and reopen. So right now, first of all, I want to do for the reopen. Like I'm going to click on the reopen. Then the task status should change to reopen. And this particular task should be reflect to the person who has closed this task. So you can see the Durgesh closed this task. And one second, let me show you. Let me show you what I want to say. For example, Durgesh close this particular task. Okay, and right now I'm inside the admin user. So go back and let me log out and let me log in with the Durgesh. Okay, then come here, then go to the my cart. See, that particular task is not here. Okay, so that particular task is removed from here. But when I'm going to click on the reopen, then again that particular task should be reflect here. Okay, I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. So again, come here, then let me log out, then let me log in with the admin user. And see, right now admin I'm referring as the ordinary user only. So don't be confused like you have to create the admin user only. No, you can create simple to user A, user B kind of things you have to create. Okay, then yeah, come here, click on view. So we have a result and reopen. Right now this reopen and result is not working. So come here, yeah, so result and reopen. Yeah, so here we have to paste that particular URL whatever we have created. So if you come here in the urls.py file, we have created this reopen task. Simply copy this one, then come here, not here, one second, go to the task info, then paste here. That's it, Control S. So this is the URL we have linked with this particular button option. See this button option, when we are going to click on this button, so what is going to be happen? It will redirect to this URL and along with this ID, and this ID is nothing but the task ID. Then it will go to the here, and here it will capture that particular primary key, and then it will go to this view. Let me create a new task. So let me log in with one of the user. For example, Rama, I have one user. Let me log in with this one. So I have logged in with the user Rama. Then for example, I want to create one task. So I'm creating one task. Task created successfully. See, Rama is the logged in user and the task created by Rama only. And the task status is the open. At that time, when I'm going to click on the view, I'm getting go back, update and delete option. Okay, then go back here, then let me log out and log in with another user ID. For example, I have one more user ID, Durgesh. Then let me log in with Durgesh ID. So you have logged in successfully. See, this is the task which is created by Rama and the task status is the open. So let me click on the view. See, I have two options, go back and accept. So let me click on accept. Task accepted successfully. Then from here in my cart, that particular task I have, see, task ID 3, and here you can see the task title is 0034 times 1. You can remember this one. Okay, then from here I can click on close task. So task closed successfully, and see, you can see the task status is the close. Again with the user who have created that task. So come here, if you remember, Rama is the user who have created that particular task. Let me log in with that user. So I have logged in. So Rama is the logged in user and the task created by the Rama only, and the task status is the closed. Let me click on the view. So I have two options, resolve and reopen. So let's click on the reopen. Task reopen successfully. See, you can see the task status showing the reopen. After reopen, if you are going to click on the view, see, data is not showing here because we have not defined for this one. So don't worry, we will do for that one. But as per functionality, that particular task, this one, 0034 times 1 should be reflect in the user who have closed that task. So who closed that task? So Durgesh is the user who have closed that particular task. So let me log in with Durgesh user ID. One second. Go to the my cart. See, 0034 times 1, and now it's in the reopen state. So this is exact functionality what I'm looking for. So this is done, but as I told you, there is a one problem. So let me log in with the Rama user ID. And one second. See, The task status is the reopen, and after that when I'm going to click on the view, I'm not getting anything. So we have to define for this one. So go to the VS Code, then go to this one, task info, inside the templates. 1 second. Yeah. So here we have to write the condition. So what we want to display. So simply copy this one, Control C, then paste here in, and it's a reopen. So what we can do, simply copy this one and paste here. So if the task status is the reopen, then these fields I want to be show. Okay, Control S. Then come here, let me refresh. Yeah. So here I don't want to show the accept button. I only want to show the go back button. So what we can do, come here in the VS Code, and if the task status is the reopen, come here. 1 second. So here only we can add one more condition. Simply copy this one, because for the in process and close, we are only displaying the go back. Same for reopen also I want. Simply copy this one and paste here. That's it. Control S. Come here, let me refresh. Yeah. Now it's working properly. So this is what exactly I'm looking. So reopen functionality we have completed successfully. So the next things we are going to see how we can add the resolve task functionality. So let me show you. Go to the VS Code, come here, then go to this one, views.py file, and here I want to add the resolve task functionality. Like if the user is satisfied with the solution, then he can click on the resolve button, and it will confirm as that particular solution was correct, and I'm happy with that solution. So let me do what we can do. Simply copy this one and let me modify this one as per my requirement. So come down and paste here. We change the comment. So this one, for example, resolve task functionality, and here also I want to change. So this one also resolve task. And again, I want to confirm the particular task based on ID only. So because we are not going to mark all the task as the result. Okay, we are going to mark the particular task only to the result status. It means we require the primary key. Then again, and one more thing, I don't require this current request user from here. So let me remove this one, because we are not using anywhere. And let me remove from here also. So once I'm going to click on the resolve task button, see this functionality, you guys already know what is these things. Okay. And here with the resolve task, I'm going to click on the resolve task button. I want to update the status of the task resolved. So we have to exactly write the status what we have taken in the models.py file. So if you come here, we have taken, 1 second, let me show you this one. So simply copy this one and paste here. Paste here, result. And I don't require this folder because I simply want to update this one status resolved. So let me comment this one. I'm not removing this one from here because later on I require this one, because I want to add little bit more functionality here. 1 second. For that only I'm commenting this one. I'm not not deleting this one. And again, I don't require this one. So let me remove this one also. And here request task resolved successfully. So in place of the reopen, I want result. So simply copy this one and paste here. Then same thing, you must have login to resolve task and the remaining thing as it is. Okay, then control S. Then we have created the URLs for this one. So for that, go to the urls.py file. Then simply copy this one, then come down, paste here. Let me correct the indentation. Yeah. So in place of reopen, I want resolve. Simply copy this one and give the same name here also. Then here we have to give the name of the view. So come here, copy this one, then come here, then paste here. Okay, control S. So we have created the view, we have created the URL. So the next things, we have to link this URL with the particular button. So that button is present inside the task info. So come here, and if you see here, one second. Yeah, this one, see, result button we have here. So here we have to link that particular URL name. So this is the URL name. So simply copy this one, then come here and paste here. See here. And this is the button we are using for the result task. And one second, sorry, not here, here. Okay, control S. Then let me check everything is working fine. Then come here, let me refresh. Let me create one task in the Rama user ID. So for example, I'm creating one task, this one. Then let me click on submit, task created successfully. See, this is the task 4x1 created by Rama. Okay, then starts task status is the open. So let me click on the view. See, go back, update and delete option we have. So come here, let me log in with some another user ID. For example, I have one more user, Durgesh. Let me log in with this user. See, that task is showing here. So task status is open. Let me click on the view. I have a two option, go back and accept. So I can accept this one. Task accepted successfully. After accepting the task status changed to in process. And if you come to the my cart here, that particular task is showing. Let me remove this unwanted task. I don't want these things. Just creating see this one only. Okay. So from here, I can either close this particular task, or I can remove this particular task. So I want to remove this particular task because I want to show you one thing. See, task removed successfully, and after removing the task status again changed to open. But when I'm going to be click on the view, and after when I'm going to be accept, it is redirecting to the home page. But I don't want to redirect to the home page. Directly, I want to redirect to the my cart here. So what we can do, first of all, let me remove this particular task. Then come here. Then go to the views.py file. Then go to the accept task view. One second. So this is the accept task view. And what logic we have written? Task accepted successfully. And after that, we are redirecting to the base page. So as I told you, I don't want to redirect to the base page. I directly want to redirect to the my cart page. So go to the urls.py file and check what is the URL name we are using for that my cart. So for my cart, we are using the my cart. Simply copy this one, then come here. Let me paste here, control S. Then come here, let me refresh. Now let me go here, then let me accept. See, directly it's coming to the here. So based on your requirement, you can choose the page where you want to redirect. So directly it's coming to the my cart, and if I go here, see here also status is changed. And once the status is changed and I'm going again here, see only the go back button is showing. So let's come to the point. So let me close the task closed successfully. Let me log in with that particular user who has created this task. So Rama is the user who has created. One second. Let me log in with Rama. Then password. Yeah. So this is the task. Right now it is in a closed status. So click on the view. See, we have a two option, resolved and reopen. So reopened functionality already we have seen in the previously. Right now we are looking for the resolved task. So let me click on the resolved task. Task resolved successfully, and the task status changed to resolved. But if the task status changed to resolved and I'm going to click on the view, nothing is showing. So again, we have to define the if condition, what we want to display here. So go here, then go to this one task info.html. And here we have to define the things what we want to show. So what things I want to show. So 1 second, simply copy this one. Okay. Then paste here. And 1 second, here we need to change the condition like this one for the reopen. So we have to do for the resolve. 1 second. Resolve, control as. Then these are the fields what we want to display, control as. Then come here, let me refresh. First of all, I don't want to display this task holder. So come here. Then let me remove this one. Control S, then come here. So we have a task ID, we have a title, we have a created by, which is Rama, then created on, task due date, task reward, task status when converted to resolved. These things we have. So I want to show these things, but again, go back and accept button is showing. So again, I don't want to show the accept button. So come here, then come here. Then what we can do, simply copy this one and we can do for the result. So paste here, then come here, let me change this one from reopen to resolve. Control S, then come here, let me refresh. Yeah, go back. So our resolve functionality is working. I'm going to create one new task and I'm going to show you entire flow of this application. See, still there is a lots of functionalities pending, but basic things we have did, or not, we can say the basic things like almost 60% of our project we have completed. The 40% is a pending, so we will see that one also. But I want to show the from scratch one application. For example, come here. Then for example, this one is a testing. Then for example, I'm giving date, due date I'm giving, for example, 30 June. And then these things, okay, then click on submit. So task created successfully. See, the task is created and task created on this date, and this is the due date, okay? And this is the reward and this is the status of the task. Again, the logged in user is the Rama and the task created by is the Rama. In that scenario, when the task status is the open and I'm going to click on the view, I have a three option: go back, update and delete. So I can update, I can delete, I can go back, okay? Then for example, let me log out and log in with some another user. For example, I have one more user, Durgesh, and let me log in with this particular user. You have logged in successfully and the task which is we have created, it's showing here, and the logged in user is the different and the task created by user is the different, and the task status is the open. At that time when I'm going to click on the view, I have a two option: go back and accept. So I can either go back and I can accept. So let me click on accept. So task accepted successfully. After accepting the task, I'm directly redirecting to my cart. This is my cart. See, this is the home. And after accepting, it's converting to the in process and directly coming to the my cart. From here, I have a two functionality. Either I can close the task, either I can remove the task. So if I'm going to remove the task, see, task removed successfully and the task status changed to open again. And if you come to the my cart, there is a no task. Okay. Now let me accept again. Let me accept. After accepting, I'm redirecting to the my cart. Then let me click on the close task. So task closed successfully. After clicking on the close task, and then again, if I'm going to click on the view, I'm only getting the go back. I'm not getting the accept button again because we have already accepted this task. And if you come here after closing the task, that task is removed from my cart. Okay. Then let me log in with that user who has created that particular task. So Rama is the user. Then come here and let me log in this with this one. Yeah. So come here, see, this is the task. And if I, and task status is the close. And if I'm going to click on the view, I have a two option, resolve and reopen. But if we are going to click on the reopen, so that task will again go to the bucket of the user who have closed this task. So here only you can see the task closed by Durgesh, and I have already shown you once we are close the task in the Durgesh user ID, the task removed from the my bucket or my cart. But if I'm going to click on the reopen, the task again will come to the Durgesh bucket. So let me click on the reopen, task reopen again. Then reopen. Then if you go to the Durgesh bucket, come here. Let me log in. Then go to the bucket. See, that task is displaying here and the task status is the reopen. So for example, user again provided solution, and see right now here we are not added any extra things like we have not added any comment area, and we have not given any attachment option to attach any file or upload any file. But later on we will add that one, because we are not simply going to give the closed task and it will consider as a closed. No, we will add here option to write the comment or to upload the file, something kind of things. So time being, simply click on the close task. Once the task is closed, again it will go to the owner of that particular task. So Rama is the owner because Rama only created that particular task. Come here. See, then again we have a reopen and result. So if I'm going to click on the result, task resolved successfully. Then come here. See, these are the things we have. Okay. So this is the basic, what we can say, basic flow of our Django help desk ticket system. But as I told you, this is only 60%. Here lots of things we can add, and I'm going to add one by one, and I will show you how we can achieve that much advanced functionality. So here after closing the task, in the next video we will see after closing or after marking the result task, then some rewards should be transferred from the owner of that task or creator of task to the person or user who have closed that task. So in the next video we will see how we can add this transaction part, like how transaction is going to be, how the reward is going to be transferred from one account to another account. And if you come here, let me show you. See, this profile we have already developed, and these things is in working status. Then we have we have seen all the things. So thank you so much for watching this video, and please like and subscribe my channel. Bye.